You're in line at the coffee shop. The person in front of you is arguing with the barista over foam, and you feel it. That heat in your chest, that voice in your head that says, "Rats, are you serious right now?" It happens all the time. Throughout the day, we get hit with flashes of pure, teeth-grinding bother. And most of us just white-knuckle through it, stew in it, or snap. But about 2,000 years ago, a group of thinkers cracked a code. They didn't just cope with annoying people, they used them. And by the end of this, you'll know exactly how they did it. Here's what nobody talks about when they bring up the Stoics. People love to quote Marcus Aurelius. They slap his words on phone wallpapers and coffee mugs. But they skip the part where he woke up every single morning expecting to meet liars, gossips, and ungrateful people. He wrote that down, first thing in his journal, not as a complaint, as a warm-up. He treated the daily grind of human friction the way an athlete treats stretching. And that shift, from dreading the bother to preparing for it, changed everything. It didn't just help him rule an empire, it made him calmer than most of us manage to be in a grocery store checkout line. So what was his secret? It starts with a split, a clean cut right down the middle of every moment that bothers you. On one side, you put the things you can change. Your thoughts, your breath, your next words. On the other side, you put the things you can't. The driver who cut you off, the coworker who takes credit, the neighbor's dog at 3 in the morning. You didn't choose those. You can't delete them. And the Stoics said the fastest road to misery is pretending you can. Researchers at Harvard found that workers who learn to sort problems this way, just label them "a mine" or "enas not mine," cut their daily stress nearly in half, not with therapy, not with pills, just with a mental filing system. You're standing in that coffee line again. The foam argument rages on. You feel the heat rise, and then you ask one question. Can I change this? No. So it goes in the other column, and the heat drops. Not because you don't care, but because you stopped wasting fuel on a fire you didn't start. But here's the catch. Even when you know the split, your brain fights you. It's fast, faster than your logic. Before you can sort anything into columns, a snap judgment fires. The Stoics called it a first impression, a raw, instant flash that says, "Well, this person is an idiot." That flash isn't a thought you chose. It's a reflex, and if you let it run, it builds. It becomes a story. The story becomes a grudge. The grudge becomes your whole afternoon. Marcus Aurelius was so aware of this trap that he wrote about it over and over in his private journal. He didn't try to stop the flash. He trained himself to catch it. Think of it like a pop-up on your screen. You didn't ask for it, but you can close it before it loads. The Stoics built an inner reflex, a pause between the flash and the reaction. Modern research backs this up. When people step back from their own thoughts, even for a few seconds, even by just narrating them in the third person, "He's feeling annoyed right now." The grip of that emotion loosens fast. You don't kill the feeling. You just stop letting it drive. Now catching the flash is great. But what if you could take the sting out of the moment before it even happens? That's the next layer. Every morning, before the day started, Seneca would sit and picture the worst small annoyances he might face. Not disasters, not war or death, just the petty stuff. A rude remark from a colleague, a spilled drink, a friend who cancels plans at the last second. He ran through these scenes in his mind, like a fighter watching film of the next opponent. And when the real thing showed up later that day, it landed soft. Because he'd already lived it once. His brain had already built a path through the frustration. A trial at Duke found that people who did this kind of morning run-through for just 2 weeks showed a real drop in their body's stress response. The surprise was gone. And surprise, it turns out, is what gives small annoyances most of their power. You don't get angry at the rain if you check the forecast. You get angry when you left the umbrella at home. So now you've got the split. You've got the pause. You've got the morning preview. But the Stoics went further. They didn't just block the bother. They flipped it. There's a concept, love of fate. It sounds extreme. It sounds like something only a monk on a mountain could pull off. But the idea is simpler than it seems. Every annoyance is a rep. Every frustrating person is a weight you lift to build patience. Marcus Aurelius didn't just tolerate the people who bothered him. He treated them as his personal gym. The liar taught him honesty. The gossip taught him restraint. The flatterer taught him to value truth. And it's not just ancient wisdom talking. A broad review of modern therapy studies found that people who learn to reframe a bad moment as a chance to grow see a major boost in how well they manage their emotions. You're not lying to yourself. You're choosing what the moment means. And meaning, unlike other people's behavior, is something you do control. But there's a risk here, and the Stoics knew it. If you take all of this too far, the sorting, the pausing, the reframing, you can end up cold. You can start treating people like obstacles instead of humans. And that's where the next piece comes in. The Stoics believed in a deep link between all people. Not in a vague bumper sticker way, in a real built-in way. They said that the same fears, the same hungers, the same fumbling attempts to be loved and to matter, those live in every single person you meet. Even the annoying ones, especially the annoying ones. Because most of the time, the person who cuts you off in traffic is running late for a reason you'll never know. The coworker who snaps at you just got off a call that crushed her. The friend who sends the passive-aggressive text is scared of something she can't name. When a group of students practice stepping into someone else's shoes, really trying to feel what the other person felt, their empathy scores climbed sharply. But here's the part that matters most. Their anger dropped at the same time. Empathy and anger can't live in the same room. The second you start wondering why someone acted the way they did, you lose the certainty that they did it to hurt you. And without that certainty, the rage has nowhere to land. Now, some people push back on all of this. They say Stoic calm is just a mask, that accepting every slight makes you a doormat, that the world needs fighters, not meditators, and they're not entirely wrong. The Stoics never said you should tolerate cruelty in silence. They drew a hard line between personal slights, the foam argument, the rude email, and real injustice. For personal slights, yes, you let them pass. But for injustice, they showed up. Marcus Aurelius ran an empire. Seneca advised a ruler. These were not passive men. They paired inner calm with outer action. The calm didn't make them weak. It made their action sharper. Because when you're not burning energy on petty grudges, you've got a lot more left for the fights that matter. And here's the final twist. The one the Stoics saved for last, because it's the hardest to swallow. You are someone else's annoying person, right now, today. There's someone in your life who felt that same chest-tightening frustration because of something you said or did. Maybe you didn't mean it. Maybe you didn't even notice. But it happened. Marcus Aurelius wrote about this openly. He admitted that he had tested the patience of people he loved and been the very kind of person he dreaded meeting. A small study at Yale tested what happens when people role-play being the annoying one in someone else's story. When they sat in that chair and felt what it was like to be the source of someone's bad day, their own anger dropped sharply. Not because they felt guilty, because they finally understood. The person who annoyed you this morning didn't wake up planning to ruin your day. They woke up tangled in their own fears and habits, just like you, just like all of us. So what do you do with all of this? Try one thing this week, just one. Tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, sit for 30 seconds and picture the most likely small annoyances your day will throw at you. The slow driver, the loud talker, the email that should have been a meeting. Watch them play out in your mind, let them fade, and then go live your day. See what changes. If something shifts, if that heat in your chest drops even a little, leave a comment. Tell me which annoyance lost its grip. I want to know. And the next time you're standing in that coffee line and the foam argument starts up again, you might notice something strange. The heat doesn't come, and in its place, just for a second, you feel something close to gratitude, because that person just gave you one more rep.